I'm Jason, and where are you from?
From Portugal.
Portugal, lovely. And what's your name, sir?
Jose.
Jose, a pleasure. Come in, let me
Likewise.
show you. This is a short tour. It lasts about 4 to 5 hours. And I'm going to show you a few things about what we do here. So we've been making chocolate now for about 6 years, and we're just building this small museum. It's not finished yet, but I'll show you what we've got. So it all starts with the cacao trees. Now, obviously, this is just papier-mâché. They're not real trees, but the colours are real, and also the sizes are real. Let me show you one of the pods. That's one of the pods here, okay? Obviously dried up. And inside this pod, you get about 50 of these cacao beans, okay? Now, just want to start actually off with a pretty serious subject. For the first 3 years of the company, we were buying beans from the Ivory Coast. They were really good, very, very cheap, and they were very, very easy to deal with. Unfortunately, the reason we found out why the beans were so cheap was that there's tremendous exploitation in the Ivory Coast. Farmers earn about 50 cents a day, and there's also about 2 million child slaves. So we don't buy beans anymore. We buy, basically, most of our beans now come from the Dominican Republic, from Peru, Ecuador, where the farmers are earning about $11 a day. And they just don't have that culture of child slavery. So, yeah. Anyway, this is Dora. Dora was the first roaster that we bought. She's French. She's from 1936. And we call her Dora because Spanish for roaster is tostadora. And so, yeah, that's it. So basically, we put the beans inside here and we roast the beans 40 minutes. 40 minutes they're roasted. We've got a more modern roaster inside the factory, but it's the same principle. So they're roasted for 40 minutes, and after about 40 minutes, the beans go pop, 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 just like popcorn. And the aroma, oh my goodness, it's incredible. It's brownies, it's chocolate, it's beautiful, okay? So that's the first stage, is roasting.
All right.
Now, come with me for a second. Thank you very much. Now, Jose, I have a question for you.
Okay.
Do you know why chocolate is called chocolate?
No idea.
Okay. Well, neither did I 6 years ago either. But let me tell you, it's actually 2 Mayan words. The Mayans, or the Mayas, from Mexico, were an ancient civilization. And about 9,000 years ago, and this is documented, they would roast the beans. They'd roast the cacao beans, and they'd then put the cacao beans on one of these metates, a stone metate, and they would grind and grind and grind these beans. And after about 10 minutes of grinding, something curious happens. What do you think happens?
I don't know. It becomes powder?
That's what everybody says, and honestly, that's what I thought as well. But it doesn't. It's really interesting because inside this bean, 54% of that bean, which you felt it before, it feels solid, but it's not. It's actually cocoa or cacao butter. Okay, so with all this grinding, creates friction, creates heat. The beans melt. So what they would then do, they'd scrape this into a bowl.
Yeah.
And they'd add hot water. They would have added vanilla, and they'd add chili as well, so it was spicy. But they wouldn't add any sugar, because of course they had no sugar in Mexico.
Yeah.
So instead of it being like a sweet, tasty food that we eat these days, it was a really bitter energy drink, okay?
Well, I bet it was, yes.
And it was, even though it was bitter, it was very delicious. And in English, that was called bitter waters, okay? Bitter waters. But in their language, the Nahuatl language of the Maya, that was pronounced Choco-Latil. Choco-Latil.
All right, so that's where the word comes from.
Exactly. Now, it would be crazy for us to grind our beans with this metate. We obviously don't do that. I don't know if you can see, inside the factory, there's a machine. It's got a red lid, and it's silver.
Yeah.
It's not spinning round right now, but that's generally spinning round. Now inside that machine, there's 2 granite stones, and in fact, it's exactly the same as this machine here.
Oh.
Meet Molly. Now,
Molly.
Molly. Now Molly, we call her Molly because Spanish for mill is molino, okay?
Okay.
And this is how Molly was when I first bought her. She
Wow.
was designed in Barcelona in 1940, built and designed in 1940, and she was actually used until the early 60s in Zaragoza, in a factory there which went bankrupt, and that's where I bought her from. She was rotting away. The amount of hours that the owner of this company spent restoring this machine, embarrassing, about 3 months, pure of work actually restoring this machine. But basically, let me show you how she would work. She doesn't have an electric motor, but if she had, she could actually work to this day.
Oh, yeah.
This is what would happen. Now basically, obviously, we don't use this machine, we're not going to use this machine, we're going to let Molly enjoy her retirement. But the machine inside works brilliantly. So we load it with the beans, and we let it grind and grind and grind and grind, and after about 8 hours, it's liquid, just like here. That's what it looks like after 8 hours.
All right.
After 8 hours, we then add the cane sugar, the organic cane sugar, and then we'll let it grind a further day to 2 days, even 2.5 days.
Oh.
The reason being is the beans also contain an acid. It's called acetic acid. It tastes a bit like vinegar. And I don't know about you, but I don't like my chocolate to taste like vinegar.
No.
So that all evaporates during that grinding process.
Uh-huh.
It reveals the beautiful, fruity, floral tastes of the actual chocolate itself.
Oh.
So the last part I'm going to show you is, if you're coming over here, this is Heidi.
Oh.
Now, Heidi,
She's an old lady, isn't she?
Heidi's a real old lady, and I'm just going to show you her working. So, just give me a second. So basically, Heidi is a printing press from Heidelberg in Germany, 1934. Now, before we bought Heidi
Yeah.
and Roxy, which is a 21st century printing press, we had to order, every time we needed packages, we'd have to order 54,000 bags of chocolate from the printer. And that would last us about 2.5 years. It was a logistical nightmare.
Yeah.
We were always running out of certain flavours. The Spanish government was always changing the labelling requirements. A nightmare. So now what we actually do, we do all the printing here. So we print these sheets of our packages here, and we then use Heidi to cut. Okay, so we've got to then release these from here. So that's what we actually use Heidi for.
Uh-huh.
So she cuts these sheets out. This is one here. So you can see we pop out the cacao pod, and then literally we shake this out like so. And once we've got like this, literally we fold it, 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 we fold it again, lots of folds. We do all this by hand inside the factory. We put a bit of glue on there, and then we've got a bag of chocolate.
Oh, what's the
Okay?
chocolate?
And that's it, and that's why you see the chocolate inside.
Uh-huh.
And that's what we do here.
Wonderful.
And cut.